If you had a gas dryer or a gas appliance, well, why don't you put it in? It can cost a little bit of money for pipes, for pipe dope, which is like a glue you stick on the threads of the pipe, and fittings and tools, but I'm sure it'll cost you a lot less than a professional rip-off artist, or otherwise known as professional. Let me introduce you to some tools you may or may not need. A pipe die wrench with suitable dies for the various pipe sizes that you will be working on. And if you'll be working on very large pipes, greater than 1 inch, which is kind of uncommon in residential, you will need a massive pipe die and wrench. To cut your pipes, you will need a pipe cutter. These are pipe cutters. You might be surprised how big of a pipe you can get in one of those, but how much of a pain in the ass also it is to use one. It's that small, but in tight areas, what can you do? You will need 2 pipe wrenches. One to exert force one direction and keep the pipe stable, and the other to exert force in the other direction and tighten whatever pipe you're tightening onto the pipe fitting you're keeping stable. You will need pipe dope to seal any little tiny air gaps that are in your gas line to make sure there's no leaks. Because leaks are expensive, they're unhealthy, and they're potentially dangerous. Additionally, you will need fittings. You can cut pipe and thread it, but you can be pretty much guaranteed that any pipe you buy from the store is going to be of superior fit, quality, and convenience to anything you can make in your inexpensive setup. Additionally, use some cutting oil or kerosene or something to reduce the friction at the teeth, because increased friction means increased heat and more likelihood that the pipe die is going to, the teeth are going to get fucked up. A crescent wrench is a really shitty tool, but sometimes it does the job. Hopefully it'll do the job this time. This crescent wrench costed $5. When you're testing your connections, you're going to want to use a bubbly, soapy water. Not necessarily soapy, but definitely bubbly. So you can use dish soap. There are superior products available, but a thin, bubbling fluid. So test the bubbliness of your fluid and slap it on the pipes when you turn the gas back on. That is not shown in this video. So if you're splicing into the main line, you'd cut out whatever distance you need, figuring that out later by adding up all the parts you'll need in order to splice into that main line. The parts will probably be a union, gas union, which looks about like this. Since you aren't going to be reverse threading anything, you need to have this interesting slippery mechanism here. You can see that you thread on this portion here, you thread on that portion, and you thread them together. Not necessarily in that order. Never done it before, don't want to think about it. Then you'd have this T, and this T would thread on the main line here, onto the continuance of the main line here, and it would output there, and you put whatever adapter you need on that to run whatever kind of line you need for your appliance. So you'd have this space for this T, any kind of coupling here, which could be, I guess, about that short, and then the union. So add up whatever total distance that is to the inside of the threading that you're going to be using. So to in here where the tip of my ugly ass finger is, and in here where the tip of my ugly ass finger is, and you cut to those points and then thread it all together with pipe dope, test your connections, etc. But in this particular video, unfortunately for you, we're not going to be cutting into the main gas line. Additionally, if you're going to be threading your own pipe, which you probably will if you have any kind of length of distance to cover, this is a pipe vise. Right now it's hanging on the wall But these go on the ground, those are the feet, or they go wherever you clamp them to. And that's the jaw there. It opens and closes with that lever. And that jaw holds the pipe. This particular one has a quick release for quickly changing out your pipes. And it opens up like a nom-nom mouth. And the rest of the pipe goes along this span here and rests in that little V. And then at the edge of the pipe, you do your threading. If you're cutting your own pipe and you are nearing the limitations of the BTU's delivery for your pipe type, you will need a pipe reamer. I do not have one to show you in my possession, but as you can see, pipe cutting, depending on the sharpness of your pipe cutter, but pipe cutting smashes this tube and makes a smaller internal diameter at the opening which you just cut. You can observe the thickness of the pipe here compared to the thickness of the cut pipe here. What you'll need is a pipe reamer. This setup used pipe dies, pipe die wrenches, pipe vise, and large pipe cutter was $120. Pipe wrench, $5. Times 2, $10. Pipe dope, wherever that is, $8. And I shouldn't be doing this with my voice because it takes a T, 1 inch, about $8. Union, about $4. $12. That's about $1.50. This is a wire wheel. It attaches to your drill and it spins around really fast and it removes paint and other stuff. But it also causes small pitting in your pipes and it's probably pretty dangerous to use on plumbing. This is a softer wheel. I strongly recommend you use a much softer wheel than a wire wheel. After you get all your materials prepped out, everything planned, ready to go, first step, installing gas pipe, is to shut off your gas service. On this particular meter, we've got two objects you'll have to fiddle with. The first is this, which is a lock nut for this valve, and then there's the valve control. That facing this tab, facing up and down, typically, if not always, means that the gas is on. You can always just test the gas. So, we're going to shut off the gas. We're going to loosen the lock nut. Oh yeah, look how easily that loosens. We've just loosened the lock nut. And we open that. I think that's bad. You can hear the gas escaping. Can you hold this?
Yes.
So we're going to tighten this nut, and it should stop the flow of gas. Don't cause any sparks in the area, because you will die.
Yeah.
So be real fucking careful.
I was just going to have a cigarette too.
Ideally, you'll have some type of cloth in between your wrench. Well, I had the gas guy turn the one up top off and he didn't let it blast, as far as I know.